What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again, and we have another BFR for us to do. There are no games today on this Sunday. Now it's about late afternoon, so we'll do BFR Game 3 against the San Jose Sharks, the end of the road trip in San Jose. October 15th at 9 p.m., the Hawks and Sharks faced off, but first there was a lot of pregame stuff. We'll get into that. So it was basically a Doug Wilson retirement ceremony. Jersey and GM, his name was just raised to the rafters for being captain of the team for 91 through 93, and his GM contributions for 19 years. And he had been going through some medical issues, so he stepped down last season. And it's fitting he was against the Hawks, as he spent a majority of his career with Chicago as one of the best defensemen in the league at that time. The Sharks pregame saw Dan Boyle, Jonathan Cheechoo, Scott Hannon, Todd Peterson, Mike Ricci, Devin Setoguchi, and Joe Thornton, some of the best Sharks that have ever been in the NHL. Only one missing there was Patrick Marleau, and I think he had the entire set, basically. And, of course, Pavelski, but he's still playing. And that was that pregame stuff. And then the score of the game, the Hawks win their first game of the season 5-2. They go to 1-2-0, which is not good for their draft pick, but okay. Shots were 26-25 San Jose. Hits were 21-16 Chicago. Faceoffs were 28-25 San Jose. On the power play, Chicago goes 0 for 2. For San Jose, goes 0 for 3, and probably goes 0 for -3, to be honest. We'll talk about that later. Mrazek saves 24 out of 26. Kokkonen saves 20 out of 25. Dickinson was in, Reese Johnson was out, and Buddy Robinson was recalled to Rockford. Let's get into this game. In the first period, he had Jack Johnson with a big hit early. Radish whiffed on a chance. Taves was denied. Lafferty was stopped. Hawks making defensive plays early, but then at 16:38, it's a San Jose penalty. It's a Benning for interference, which was a bad call, to be honest, but it would be killed. San Jose had no shots halfway through the first. Shots were 5-0 to the Hawks at the 10-minute mark. Blackwell had a big hit. Murphy had a big block. And Connens denied twice. And then at 6:02, the puck goes the other way. It's a San Jose goal from Nico Sturm, his first of the year, just coming off his championship run with the Colorado Avalanche. It's from Erik Karlsson and Ferraro. So Mrazek had just made a good save, and there was a rebound, and there was no way he was getting over. Excuse me. And then there was a 2-on-1 for Couture and Lorenz, which was denied, but at 37.2 seconds to go in the first, San Jose goal to Erik Karlsson, his first of the season, from Couture and Lorenz. And that makes it 2-0, and it went off Seth Jones' skate, so it changed direction. Again, not really much of a chance for Mrazek. Sorry about that. Anyway, second period. The Hawks had the jump to start the first. San Jose honestly had the jump to start the second period. However, it would not stay that way, as there's a scramble in front of Mrazek, and he's able to cover up. And at 14:55, it's a Chicago penalty served by Radish for too many men, which would be killed. It would also be the turning point of the game, because there's a great pass from Tyler Johnson that leads to at 12:39 a Chicago breakaway goal from Jonathan Taves, his second of the season from Tyler Johnson and Taylor Radish, and it's their first even strength goal of the season. And at 12:04, it's a Chicago penalty to Athanasiou for holding. He was getting pretty heated. He didn't agree with those two penalties. And a turnover behind the San Jose net during a dump, and Lafferty to Dickinson to Lafferty. And at 11:33, it's a Chicago shorthanded goal or tap-in for a wide-open net for Sam Lafferty, his first of the season, from Dickinson, the newcomer who had his first game in Chicago today, and Jack Johnson, which makes it 2-2. So all of a sudden we're at a tie game on a shorthanded goal, but that isn't it. Sturm and Lorenz are denied, and then at 10:11 it's a Chicago penalty to Murphy for cross-checking, so that made it a 5-on-3 for 8 seconds. Mrazek stops Couture, and then Connor went to the back of the net, and then Seth Jones, he gets the puck, he passes it up to Lafferty, who's on a 2-on-1 with Dickinson. Lafferty over to Dickinson, who has a breakaway then. He's tripped. He kind of goes weirdly around the net, but he still flings the puck out in front of the net, who's sitting there? Sam Lafferty once again. And Lafferty puts it right past Kokkonen. And at 9:25, it's a Chicago shorthanded tap-in goal once again from Sam Lafferty with his second of the game, second of the season, from Dickinson with his second assist, and Seth Jones to make it 3-2. And wow, came out of two shorthanded goals on back-to-back penalties for Lafferty in a span of about 2 minutes. And then Domi was denied, and Kane had not looked great. I was watching Kane today. He did not perform well at all. Taze has been outperforming him, which is good because there's going to be value for Kane always. He had a point in the first game, and Taze now has 2 goals, and I believe he had 2 goals and 1 or 2 assists, so he's having a good start to the season, which is what he wanted. There's a scrum at the end of the second. Gadjevic hits a ref to get to Tenorti, and coming out of that, in the third, to start the third period, it was 4-on-4 with a Chicago penalty to Tenorti for roughing, a San Jose penalty to Gadjevic for roughing, so it'd be 4-on-4. And then somehow there's a Chicago penalty to Athanasiou for a 10-minute misconduct. I don't know where that came from, but it happened. Then Tyler Johnson blocks a shot, and it goes right to Radish up the ice. And at 14:52, it's a Chicago breakaway goal to Taylor Radish, his first of the season, from Tyler Johnson to make it 4-2. So 4 straight goals after San Jose had a 2-0 lead to end off the first period. And then at 10:23, Dickinson caps off a perfect debut as he scores a goal on a 2-on-1 with Kurashev. And it's unassisted, and it makes it 5-2. So Jason Dickinson getting on the board, first of the season. I realized I didn't write first down. Use that. This pencil doesn't have a tip on it. We'll just use this pen. Right. There we go. And yeah, so that makes it 5-2. And then at 8:18, it's a San Jose penalty to Bonino for high sticking, which would be killed, but nothing much of event would happen for the rest of the game. And Luke Richardson has his first NHL win as a head coach in the National Hockey League. I kind of just said that twice. But yeah, so changes in the divisions. Chicago's moved up to 6th. Minnesota hasn't won a game. Arizona hasn't won a game, which is not unexpected. Chicago being up here is not good for their draft pick. San Jose is now 0-4. Vancouver's had a rough start. Ottawa's had a rough start. Tampa has had a rough start. Columbus is 0-3. Washington and New Jersey haven't played great. Islanders whipped Anaheim yesterday 7-1. Calgary's playing good. Vegas, Dallas, Boston, Detroit, Florida, Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. 2-0 to start the season has been pretty good. Carolina, Rangers, Toronto, Buffalo in the middle of the pack. St. Louis played their first game and won, so that's good for them. But yeah, that's really all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.